Alright, hello everyone. Welcome to Nexus Gaming Series. I'm your host, DB Smiley, bringing you this matchup. It's a replay matchup between Respect the Goose and Team Training Wheels. May look a little bare. You'll notice the ticker's not down there. The ticker is not active just because sometimes the ticker will show matches that I'm casting when I'm replay casting, and no one likes spoilers. This is part of something new I'm going to try to do occasionally, which is trivia replay. So what I did was I posted a question in NGS chat. That question was a trivia question that whoever got the right answer was going to pick a match for me to replay. That question was, there is one state in the United States whose capital city has the same last two letters as the state's postal code. I'm not going to give away what that answer was, but it was answered correctly. If you know it, or if you're trying to figure it out, I'll let you have some fun with it before we give the answer. But the correct answer was done by Goose, who is an NGS board member, as well as a member of Team Training Wheels. Their match against Respect the Goose had big playoff implications last night. Respect the Goose, I think, needed a 2-0 to make playoffs. Team Training Wheels needed to win one game, so we'll see which of those two things happen. From there, as we jump into this game, but let's have some fun with this. So, with that, I already have the game up and running as, oh, it's still loading in onto the screen. There we go. We head to Tomb of the Spider Queen, and I do have in-game sound. Thank you for bearing with me for a bit. But let's go ahead and introduce the teams. On the left side, it's going to be Respect the Goose. We're going to have Goliath on Joanna, Arco on Zeratul, Rusty on Anduin. My headset just turned itself off for no fucking reason. Rhiannon on Sylvanas, and Rusty on Anduin. Apologies. And Team Training Wheels, Mongoose on ETC, Jason on Kel'Thas, Ouija on Lior, Giggleshmack on Orphea, Larson on Sonya. Taking a look at those level 1 talents. Got confused. My headset has decided that, like, 10 minutes into me turning it on, it's always going to try to turn itself off. And I have to press the power button, except half the time, pressing the power button doesn't work. Ooh, Arco taking a big chunk of damage. Gonna have to back up. Zeratul really doesn't gain a lot of power levels until later in the game. Just a bit too squishy, and while he has Blink, somewhat immobile at level 1. Congratulations, you got some shield damage onto their fountain. Power slide, pings. Ooh, there's a good combo. And Arco goes down. Exactly what we talked about. Zeratul just a bit squishy early. Doesn't get his self-sustain online until level 13. Here we go now. Team Training Wheels doing a good job on these rotations early. Living Bomb. Didn't collect anyone. Now here comes the engage. Power slide, just a little bit of a miss there under Rhiannon. No follow-up potential. But that said, slight XP lead. Slight gems lead as well, 22 to 17. Zeratul, though, looking like a flank onto Sonya. And Ramadi MC is a bit low, maybe baiting Sonya in a bit. And now Sonya using the Ancient Spear to try to just get some self-sustain to stay alive. And Lucio able to rotate down, bail Larson out of that. And actually Sonya chunking out some good trade damage. So well done there. From there, we will just keep an eye on these rotations. 32 to 26 gems. So it has flipped back the other direction to Respect the Goose. But no gems turned in by either team yet. Lucio goes in looking for the Sylph. Didn't quite get the boop angle to allow the team to follow up, but any deeper and Lucio would have gone under tower. Speaking of that, there's the route into the Condemn. Lucio is so low and not going to be able to get out of that one. Orphea, though, turning around, good damage. Great ETC power slide, and it's a 1-for-1. Zeratul goes down. So at the moment, pretty brawly engages here. Only 3 kills, and I say only, that's, you know, this early into the game, it sounds like a lot, but I mean, there have been opportunities as well. That said, both teams, I think, comboing well off the CC and off the opportunities that they've been given. Joe is holding 28 gems, and on one hand, that can be beneficial. It means that everyone else can zone while Joe turns in. On the other hand, though, it makes your rotations for looking at turn-ins much more predictable, as Joe has to turn in, so you can just keep eyes on Joe. 54 to 40, or excuse me, to 50 exactly on the side of Team Training Wheels. Team Training Wheels with 14 gems in. Respect the Goose with none. And of course, Joanna holding 31, but if she gets those in here, as she will, that's huge. Kind of giving up a big advantage there, Team Training Wheels, by not keeping eyes on the Joe. We'll see if that comes back to bite them. ETC taking a lot of damage here. Joe trying to set up some engage. Sylv to get some damage into ETC as well. Still no level 7s from Kael'thas or Orphea. Kael'thas right now looking for the turn-in. ETC with a good power slide, set up the engage. Kael'thas not able to follow because of the attempted gem hand-in. Didn't actually get those gems in, though. Don't know if it was interrupt or just broke the channel too early, but in either case now, that did enable the turn-in to come down, but right as the turn-in comes down, Joe gets popped, and that will neuter the effectiveness of this wave considerably. That said, Joe at least did have her gems in, so that wasn't a big loss for Respect the Goose. But it was a loss. Taking a look now. My noise gate might be a little bit low. I'll turn it back up first chance I get. Pushing up, or excuse me, de-pushing, I should say, this top. Mongoose is a bit low, though. Power slides through the Joanna. Hasn't been bailed out yet, but Lucio, with that healing, gonna keep Mongoose nice and healthy. Now rotating to the mid. I like the prioritization on top lane. That said, they are gonna lose quite a bit here in mid. They have lost pretty much their wall. If they could save that cannon for just a little bit, it could help. But Leo's like, nah, we're getting this cannon. I don't care. Team rotates top to try to push off. Ooh, ETC looks for the power. Actually managed to catch Zera as he blinked in. You don't know if that was a lucky P-slide or just an excellent prediction, but in either case, Zera did pay the price. Already up to 3 deaths, I believe. And here comes a combo. Oh, and that is big. Getting Joanna killed right as they get their turn in. That means it's going to be 4 defending at 5. That's at Giggleshmack, low on mana, going to have to back here. Which lane are they going to prioritize? Looks like they're sending everyone top. With the level 10s. It is Leap, Crushing Jaws, Phoenix, Mosh Pit, and Sound Barrier. All fairly standard. Sonya, you can flex either way. Generally, on this map, I've always been a fan of Wrath of the Berserker because of how easy it is to keep it on. But certainly that CC from Leap could set up Mosh in a big way, set up Kael'thas follow-up. There's just a lot of CC potential. So they can chain that effectively. And they do get top fort, does Mongoose. Still no level 10s on the side of Respect the Goose. On the side of Mongoose, I said, and I meant Team Training Wheels. Mongoose is a player, not the team. And now starting for the Tampa Bay Tom Brady's, the Buccaneer. That's kind of what my brain did there. Got the front wall in mid. Now heading to bot. There is no Web Weaver there anymore. Let's see if they at least get the wall, or maybe no, they're just going to make a play for the Siege Giants. And with Zera up in the top lane, having to clear this lane up. Lucio and Joanna and Sylv did show mid. they should be able to get this. Maybe a gank attempt here on the rotation. Trying to get Romedy turned in. Romedy holding 34 of those gems. And once again, you know, it's one of those situations where you just really want to keep an eye on that Leoric because, you know, without him, they effectively are nowhere close to a turn-in. That said, Team Training Wheels actually does have a turn-in available, albeit only 5 gems to spare. That meaning that everyone on their team actually needs to turn in at the moment. All 5 members. But not necessarily a better situation. Romedy, looking for that turn, might start to try to rotate up towards the top here. He was on Vision doing that rotation. He's actually just going to go, I think, top lane and clear the lane. But we're going to turn our attention back down to the mid, where Team Training Wheels pushing in with their Spell Armor camp. Wailing Arrow came out there without really any chance of a follow-up or an engage. Not the most value out of that ult in that situation. There's a power slide looking for Zera. He does blink out. The Phoenix, though, is going to help bring a lot of siege damage. And this fort very much in danger of going down, but keep an eye on this Leo flank. No, Leo actually says, you know what? I'm just going to drop. I got 39 gems. If I die behind the enemy team trying to flank, that's 39 lost. And losing 39 gems on this map is hard to recover from. Right now, Team Training Wheels getting some turn-in. There's a leap. They get the Anduin kill. That's big. Void Prison comes out. Actually kind of missed everyone. Orphea just walking into it a little bit. But this chase is on. Good blink over the wall by Arco. But that should enable Kael'thas to turn in and bring the next Webweaver phase into tow for Team Training Wheels. Ooh, good combo once again. Joe does get the Iron Skin off. She looks low, but keep in mind that's still like 1,000 health. Big Entomb actually prevents the chase. Lucio goes in, does with the help of Kael'thas ultimately get the Joanna, but it's a 1-for-1 trade, healer for a tank. And normally, it's not the best trade. Just because it really limits how much you can pressure on the map. You can't really get into a sustained poke war now, whereas you might have if Lucio were still alive. Meanwhile, keep an eye on this. Top Webweaver going to be the focus by the members of Team Training Wheels. Zeratul on the flank is visible, does get spotted out there. ETC blowing his QW combo just to get some chunk. Meanwhile, though, Sonya has grabbed the bot fort, so that is all 3 forts off the map for Respect the Goose, and that is going to start stacking that passive XP in favor of Team Training Wheels rather considerably. So long as they keep all 3 forts alive, I believe it is a 60% passive XP bonus per second, which is deeply considerable. They are going to rotate immediately into their Bruiser as this phase starts. Now, they need 16 turned in, so Zeratul could solo turn to get the wave for Respect the Goose. But that said, not too far away. Only 16 gems away on the side of Team Training Wheels. If they defend well for a bit, they could get the next Webweaver very reasonably. That said, right now, nobody's spying onto the top objective, although they will get there and interrupt Zeratul in time. Power Slide comes in, there's Gravity Lapse, little bit of a whiff. Just slightly off on that skill shard accuracy. He'll get it next time. Or maybe he won't, this game's already happened. I have no idea. Leo looking in, has the Entomb available. There's the leap, they're looking at Arco. Arco with those 30 gems does go down. They're going to get picked up. Light Bomb goes back in, hits 3. Follow-up, though, is not there. Some ults still being held, namely the Wailing Arrow and the Entomb have not come out. But Anduin is going to go down, and that is another 2 kills on the side of Team Training Wheels. Now only 5 gems away from having that turn-in. Now have turn-in available. They picked them up that quick. So, looks like they need Giggle to turn in, and yeah, they will need Ouija to turn in as well. Entombed there onto Lucio. They need to get this kill here, and Lucio tries to just can't get out, tries to go through, but just gets bursted down real quick, and that should enable. And there it is. That was a good entomb there, by Respect the Goose, getting their own Web Weaver. Now keep in mind though, the downside of getting the Web Weaver phase now, they are down a talent tier. So they're not going to be able to do too much with this, especially with their lanes pushed in. However, they had a lot of gems in hand, and they should be reasonably close to getting a second turn in off the back of this. And at least they can try to offset some of this passive XP by maybe getting top fourth. That said, the wall's still standing there. Bottom already cleaned up by Team Training Wheels. They start to rotate to mid. Romedy wants to be careful here. That is 40 gems in hand for Leo. They cannot afford to lose those. They're going to need those. And actually, yeah, they easily have a second turn-in available off this Web Weaver phase, provided they all survive this. Now equal talent here. Romedy comes through, had the stealth. Now starting to walk away. Has to spooky Ghost out a little bit. Leo did go into Mithril Mace. Ooh, do we get the Entomb off this? We do, but it's Sonya. So, Larson able to leap out. And sometimes, I mean, you gotta recognize, like, you know, yeah, you want to get pickoffs, but you gotta really think about, especially with a team with the mobility of the Sonya, with the mobility of the Lucio, who that pickoff target is. And maybe when to hold those ults, as that is a VP that is not going to get a lot of value. Team Training Wheels getting kill thoughts to turn top. That will trigger the wave. And this is a dangerous situation now on the side of Respect the Goose. They are down in XP, but more importantly, they have 86 gems in hand. None of them turned in. Those 86 gems are a ticking time bomb in a lot of ways. If someone dies, like Leo here, they may not get another turn in this game. Especially if Leo goes down. And Leo's not the best target to be the person who can't die on the team. Typically you think, you never want to die, but if someone's going to die, someone who can come back quicker, someone who can, you know, slow people in team fights or slow on retreats. Leo's not the worst person. But in this situation with 42 gems, depending on where he is when he dies, he very well might be. He can't be the sacrificial lamb here. Here comes the Engage. Joe does get the Condemn, slowing ETC up a bit. Zera looking into the line, has the VP available, did not pull the trigger. The Web Weaver now has gone down in the top lane, but mid and bottom pushing very aggressively, though. We're going to keep eyes here. Root did not hit from Anduin. I would have expected the Entomb follow if it did. Meanwhile, though, mid wall down, bot keep taking damage. Remember, members of Team Training Wheel still up here. There is the Leoric with the Entomb onto Orphea. And forgive the misspeaks, there is... feels like my tongue is swollen, and I don't know why. But keep does go down. First keep of the game, 16-minute mark. This is... no. Alright, bait. Okay, good. Not... even baiting here, honestly, is risky to me. I don't even know if you want to do that. I think you want to just keep tabs on the enemy team and not let them turn. Yeah, I like breaking away from that. Here's the reason you don't even want to bait that fight. You are winning the game right now. You have 2 keeps down. If you win that fight, yes, you go boss and end. But if you win any fight, you go core and you can go core and end. Any fight at this point in the game. If the enemy team wins a fight around boss, you lose because they go boss. It goes through keep at this point in the game. They might end. It's kind of, ooh, good light bomb blink. There's the Bless Shield looking for the combo. Great sound barrier saves Kael'Thas life. Sonya with the point blank lead tries to get onto Sylph, who gets out with 9 HP, but Zeratul did not get out there. And now the chase is on. They want to get Leo, and that is 46 gems down. At this point, you absolutely go boss and end. You could go core. You have the Sonya. I think you have enough time to go boss. Especially when they don't have VP, they don't have Wailing Arrow, and frankly, they don't have the best boss clear. So I'm pretty sure this is the moment where Team Training Wheels is going to end the game. Level 20, boss in tow. They don't need to turn. Lucio being disruptive to the Joanna. She pops Iron Skin early, but very vulnerable, especially when turning the corner there. I love that ETC kept walking forward, expecting the pull there. There's a big Entomb. Leo slowing the engage down. Follow-up damage trying to come in. Doesn't find anyone yet. Light Bomb is available off the Blessed Shield. Does find the stun, but the damage just does not come out. There's the Condemn interrupting the Whirlwind, but Romany and Goliath having a hard time getting out. Jason is low, but is surviving at the moment. Here comes Sonya. No, Crushing Jaws misses, but this boss on the core. VP used just to buy some precious time, but this boss is so healthy. And we're getting GG calls, and I think those are not too early. Sound barrier used, that will be it. Game 1. Headed over to the side of Team Training Wheels. And, yeah. So, can't do post-game stats, but, I can at least try to do it this way. Let's see if this works. Hey, it kinda works. Kinda. It's sort of effective. It's not very effective. Right out of the gate, taking a look at those stats, we can see, I'm actually trying to go back to sorting by team. There we go. Yeah, Zeratul, not the best match. Same with Goliath, I think, had a bit of trouble here. But I just think it came down to the CC chains. That said, Ouija, dial it back a little bit. I love the aggression from the Lucio, but there are times that, like Genjis don't dive that far. Still, though, fun game, but a really good showing there on map 1 by Team Training Wheels, and that clinched playoffs for them. So they will be in the C-West playoffs. I think there's some seeding implications if they win the next map, so we'll see if they do. We'll be right back. All right, welcome back, everyone. Next is Gaming Series. DB Smiley here, bringing you this replay cast between Team Training Wheels and Respect the Goose. Just a quick note. I'm sure people were like, "Oh, I can't wait to see how he reacts to Game 2." I actually did watch this game live point of view stream, so I actually was already prepared for this. That said, you're not if you haven't seen. As it is a doozy. We're gonna jump right into this game. Here we go. Moving in now. And let's go ahead and introduce these very, very interesting drafts. Specifically, more so on the left side. On the left, it's Goliath on Cho, Rhiannon on Gaul, Samuro going to be played by Arco, Rusty playing Lucio, and Romedy MC on the TLV. Alright then, on the right, Giggle Schmack on Maev, Ouija playing Lucio once, or not Lucio, Deckard, excuse me. Mongoose on Diablo, Larson on Tassadar, and Jason on Lunara. We have formed the Megazord. Seems that way. This is a comp. But right out of the gate, one of the things that I have to recognize looking at this, there's no real percent-based damage to deal with the Cho'Gall. I don't think Lunara has Giant Killer anymore, albeit I've not played her since her rework very much. But still, that is definitely my first concern. I find whenever I see a Cho'Gall. Take a look at those level 1s. Ooh, big engage here. Jason may go down. Finds a potion at the last second. Survives it with under 100 HP. That's going to be a hard back. Giggle Schmack coming in on the flank. Gets the tether. But Cho'Gall actually just going to walk right in. Not ever giving up the stun. Takes a lot of damage, but when you have an HP bar like that, you have a lot of damage to give. And there we go. So, it's going to be Eric the Swift versus Lunara in the bot lane. Looks like Cho'Gall Lucio still hovering mid. Samuro comes up top. And that's certainly going to put a lot of pressure on this Diablo. Is at least going to get Baylog kill, and that's going to trickle some XP over. Not that much, though, especially since the early game kill XP total has been nerfed. Pair that with the 25% multiplier on Vikings, and it's just not a huge loss. Side of Respect the Goose. As Camp being grabbed by Samuro, Lucio, and Baylog. Camp already pushing into Cho'Gall. And Eric goes down in the bot lane to Lunara. There's a wall getting some damage out, but I mean, you can just see even when it's two people just focusing damage in the Cho'Gall, Cho'Gall can trade that damage out. He is actually a strong hero right now. Let's see, as we start heading down, focus maybe onto Giggle Schmack. Ooh, Giggle Schmack, I don't know if they get out. They should. Samuro does have movement speed. Good harass. Camp's coming up. Focus here on to Larson. Larson with a good wall to zone off Cho'Gall. And we'll be able to escape as a result. But meanwhile, Diablo still soaking this top lane. That said, Team Training Wheels does have an XP lead for the time being. Though we'll see how long the objective lasts, as the Vikings comp can, of course, stay in lane during the objective. There we go. Trying to body out Cho'Gall is Mongoose. Does a good job of it, but the turnaround damage... Ooh, it's Lucio who might go down. No, Mongoose unable to get... Oh, does help secure the kill with Deckard, but Mongoose unable to get out. Went in aggressively and very successfully, but didn't really have an exit strategy and ultimately paid a dear price. But enough about U.S. foreign policy. Mongoose really had a hard time getting out of Samuro currently setting up to maybe channel this objective. Cho'Gall just continuing to take this wall here. Done. On to Cho'Gall there. Cho'Gall actually a bit low right now. Does have the armor and the bonus healing turned on, though. And once Lucio hits 16, you're definitely going to start seeing things like Rejuvenesca get a lot of value. Eric, meanwhile, going down to Lunara in the top lane. Ooh, and Tassadar just gets a bit low and really had nowhere to go. And now Gigglesmack in trouble. Having to retreat over that mud pit and does go down to the Cho'Gall basic attack. Deckard trying to do what he can, but the channel has gone through. And this will be Respect the Goose with their very unconventional comp getting the first objective. Samuro currently chasing down Jason. Getting some good damage out. Jason very low on mana as well as HP. So gonna need to tap there and defend the top. Diablo currently defending bottom. And that concerns me because they don't really have a way to push Cho'Gall back without that Diablo. I mean, they only have to rely on raw damage, but it simply has not been there yet. Samuro does go down, though. That's a big kill. Samuro made the cardinal mistake attacking an enemy hero under towers. Was not able to get out in time. Rubies comes out, but Gigglesmack trying to peel Cho'Gall back. I gotta say, Goliath has played these Maiev combos very well. Every time Cho'Gall gets comboed, or gets tethered, I should say, he just walks into it. Recognizing that he'll take more damage getting stunned, then instead if he just pushes the enemy team back and just trades damage. So it's been a kind of a smart play to do. Tether there onto Lucio. Cho'Gall, though, trying to turn out some damage. Eric ran under towers there. Lost minions under towers, and a Deckard in a bad spot. Ooh, Containment Disc, which is what I expected from the Maiev. Going to be used to try to prevent Cho'Gall from engaging. Once again, Cho'Gall just every time able to just step up when these tethers come in. And yeah, there's going to have to require an adjustment here. Twisted Nether used. Does collect onto Maiev there. Now Cho'Gall a bit low. Diablo combos. Lunara tries to get onto the back line. Here comes the Blade Storm. Root doesn't hit. Sleep does find Cho'Gall. Lightning Breath used, trying to get the finish. It does not. Cho'Gall still at 500 health. Keep in mind, even when Cho'Gall's health bar looks that slim, he still has more health than Tassadar has now, and a lot of the time. It's kind of an optical illusion there. But right now, Respect the Goose just, you know, it doesn't feel like Cho'Gall can die. And now Gigglesmack, though, very much Canna goes down. I don't think Mongoose is going to be able to get out of this. Rather low indeed. Oh, it is Samuro taking the tower shots, though. Deckard Ruby's out. Diablo can at least pick those up and get full health again. Rotation now coming down to Lunara. Soap now favoring Respect the Goose. And here we go. Slow does hit onto Lucio, enables the kill. Cho'Gall, though, still very healthy. That will be Balog dying, at the very least. Orcon has been used, but there's nothing really stopping Cho'Gall from just walking away if needed. And doesn't even really need to right now. Doing a little bit of self-sustain off the wave, clearing it. Throwing out just a ton of spells. Now Cho'Gall might need to walk away. Ooh, that might be it. Oh no, but going under tower, Diablo does die. The sleep at least kills Cho'Gall. And that was Diablo's soul, so at least for the time being, they have an advantage. That said, there has been quite a bit of channel progress here. Only 24 seconds remaining versus 40. And Samuro going to go for the back channel, but gets spotted out here. But this is where Samuro can be so disruptive on this map. He's just going to annoy you. And notice how split the members got. If Cho'Gall was up, he would take that moment to engage. And probably do so effectively. Arco once again on the back line, looking for Gigglesmack. Gigglesmack actually quite low. Gets the Ancient Blessings now, but having to run away from this Blade Storm. And oh no, trapped by their own Tassadar wall. Still managed to escape. Almost hoisted by their own petard. That said, Lunara does get isolated and gets popped. Diablo looking for the Cho'Gall. He's really going to need to finish that stacking quest to get some armor reduction. There's a sleep. Mongoose is a bit low. Ooh, and could drop here to the Runic Bomb. No, does survive. Lucio wants to kill, and Lucio finds it. Now Cho'Gall diving in onto Larson. Does go down. And so, with that, all forts still standing until now. First fort goes down right as the objective is finished by Cho'Gall and company. Taking a lot of damage here, needing to charge on out. Now looking to turn around with the Blade Storm available. Jason gets some good damage with the Leaping Strike, but now having to walk away so low. Containment Disc used on the Cho'Gall, but it has now fallen off. Diablo goes in, looks for the flip. Now the Lightning Breath, trying to make something happen. Kind of getting pulled out of Lightning Breath is Cho'Gall, but Cho'Gall does go down, and that is at least a small victory. Make that Samuro, that is now a big victory, as it should enable the members of Team Training Wheels to clean this up. Just 1 second here, I apologize. Being pulled in multiple directions. Alright, sorry about that. Containment is... This is a bad decision by Team Trading Wheels. All 5 members are up. They had to know that they were seen. They had to know that wasn't a scene. Okay, they do back off. Cho'Gall now kind of out of position, but I think Diablo needed to go for the wallbang opportunity there. Need to keep moving. Kind of gave that up. Retreat pings now coming in. Lunara is not there. They still want to hang around this boss space. But they don't have... They do have a well, but they don't have a fort to fall back to. Lunara is currently doing camp. Samuro is going for that well in the back. Lunara has grabbed the beach camp. Now Diablo does get that wall bang. Getting stunned though, now rather low. And he's going to throw out the APOC, but it's a Death Rattle APOC. That is souls as well, which is a big deal because it means he loses Soul Shield. Gigglesmack can have a hard time getting out of this. Archon falls off, and Tassadar kind of walled himself there, trying to wall off the Lucio. Rusty does go down on that Lucio. So it is a trade out, but Gigglesmack just so low. Are they going to be able to get away? They do. Now the turnaround, looking for the Cho'Gall. Didn't have the flip there. Cho'Gall just getting a lot of damage with that bomb there. So now, bottom objective up. Cho'Gall Samuro, they're going to do their siege camp. The triple firebat camp, as it is. Nobody currently on objective. Vikings just continuing to soak. It has turned into about a level lead which is significant. Cho'Gall spiking really hard at 16, especially with that Lucio. Spiking even harder at 20 if we get there. So time is running out, really, for Team Training Wheels. And, ooh, Lunara does get engaged on. There's a containment disc that does disable the Twisted Nether, but oh, no, it doesn't. My mistake. It did not disengage it, and Twisting Nether blew up. And, people just dropping now. Samuro and Lucio gone down, but so have Maiev and, Lunara. And the Runic Bomb finishing up Tassadar. Mongoose now trying to sneak away. Looks like he's going to be allowed to retreat. Almost feels like it's Cho'Gall saying, you know, go and warn the others of what death I have wrought upon thee. I'm sure comes from something. But with that, check the Goose. With an opportunity, they are pushing up this keep wall. They're also just defending the objective, making sure they get that. Would be their third objective. And without a keep in mid, and with the lanes so pushed, as you can see, just a lot of value with this objective. There it is. Team Training Wheels. Really with their backs against the wall, facing down level 20. Facing down an objective. I find it hard to believe this is not GG. Right now, Lunara chasing Olaf, wanting that kill, and using Leaping Strike to try to secure it. It's a short enough cooldown. Does get it, but that whole time, that is the rest of the team pushing up bottom. They get a Baylog. But Vikings do have play again up, and they could just pop that. And we might even see Eric do that right now, just to start getting pressure onto the core. Level 20, though, almost here. Be kind of an opportunity for a last gasp on the side of Team Training Wheels. Eric in the mid has the opportunity for the play again. Looks like that's what we're going to see. Eric come down and pop that. Eric, though, taking tower shots at the moment. And... huh. Maybe should have used play again. Alright, either way. They do get the bottom keep, but actually that was well defended. Well defended there by Team Training Wheels. Cho'Gall and company hanging out around this siege camp. Mongoose is low at the moment. Runic Bomb gonna come out. Archon has been used. Which, if they only get the camp for that Archon, not the best, not the best cooldown. Cho'Gall just keeping the Runic Bombs coming, keeping that damage up. Take a look at those damage numbers. Gall already at about 70,000. Highest member on the side of Team Training Wheels, sub 50. But here comes the engage. Maiev pulling the tether, gets the Cho'Gall. There's the wall bang. Containment disc used on Samuro on the backline, but Diablo is just getting lit up, and Diablo does go down. I take that back earlier about the cooldown uses, because Twilight Archon's still up. That said, Blade Storm might change that. Meanwhile, Maiev has gone down. Diablo is back up, but has lost souls. Once again, reset back to 0. Cho'Gall, though, taking a lot of damage. My mouse is really acting up.
Let's take him back.
Yo. So, meanwhile, we have a Vikings boss. We have a Vikings boss. Samuro pushing the top lane. And, looks like Luna putting her wisp down to bottom. Meanwhile, though, the Vikings, they are getting this down. They're doing, you just rotate who tanks. And I just don't think there's any anticipation of this on the side of Team Training Wheels. I haven't sent anyone top to look. The Wisp's still in the bottom. And Eric did go down, so now they're going to wonder, well, why did that happen? And then they're going to immediately realize, oh, that's why that happened. Luna looking in the back for Rusty. Channel coming in the back from Arco, but at this point, they're just buying time for the boss to take out that top keep. Even if Team Training Wheels wins this objective, it's a massive, massive hill to climb. They are down 5 structures at the moment, and realistically about to be 6. Jason has gone back to clean that up, but that leaves it in a 4v5. Vikings, meanwhile, also pushing up those, what are they, Knolls? I've been corrected on this before. There's the engage onto Lucio, trying to buy time with the containment disc. APOC, or not APOC, Lightning Breath being used. And Diablo does go down to the Cho'Gall, just sitting there getting beat up on. Gigglesmack so low, finds a potion, but just not able to get out under that burst from Samuro. And meanwhile, not only has his keep gone down, you have Vikings on the core at this point. And play again is available. Lunara, meanwhile, has gone down back here, but we are keeping attention on the Vikings who do secure the core. That will be it. So we do get a game 3. I'm going to take a brief setup break, and if you're watching and you're ready, there will be a trivia question stated at the start of game 3. Whoever gets it right first gets to pick the next replay. There we go. We'll be right back. I was muted. Hi everyone, welcome back. EB Smiley here. Game 3 of Team Training Wheels versus Respect the Goose. As I was saying, whoever gets the next trivia question, which will be stated after this game ends, there will be a trivia question. Whoever gets it right first gets to tell me what replay I do next. No one gets it right, I will go to Discord's general for NGS, but I will start. You'll get a head start here watching this stream. So with that, we're going to jump into game number 3, the decider match in this series. And
10 seconds.
I need to update these.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
All right, and here we go. So, out of the gate, a Q-build Falstad Sapphire on Deckard, Uther, and a noob, so double heals with a Li Ming. Presumably Uther in the solo lane. Although often with the Uther solo lane, you do see the Q-build, so maybe it's a noob in the solo lane. That seems also possible. Versus the Joanna, Sonya, Sylvanas, Valera, Brightwing. And actually, they switched sides on me, those crazy little bastards. As they swap sides on me, nobody told me. There we go. But first kill to Uther, but it's going to be Sylv in the bottom lane for the time being. Switching sides on casters is bad, okay? Granted, their match was not casted. Why I'm casting it now. So far, rotations certainly seem to be favoring the members of... I don't know. I am... Get it up real quick. There we go. Certainly the XP for the brief... favoring the members of Respect the Goose, it seems. And here comes the invade. Looking for the turret camp. Brightwing comes in with that big heal. But now with all 5 members down here defending, doesn't look like they're going to be able to get the invade. Larson does grab the turret. That said, Valera right behind the enemy team puts the silence in onto Li Ming. Li Ming, though, going to be able to get out of that. No difficulties there. Joanna goes in, has the big condemn. Damage potential on the Mongoose, but just too many minions in the way. Going to be able to walk out of that one. Very brawly so far, but nobody really getting the upper hand. We only have that one kill on that opening salvo coming in from Respect the Goose. Team Training Wheels, so covering nicely. That said, Soak for the moment seems to be favoring Respect the Goose. We'll see if that is just an artifact of rotational order, or if that is a real XP gap. There's a big root onto Sylv. A noob combos. Sylv able to get out of that one, though. There we go. So, Siege Camp picked up by Team Training Wheels. Respect the Goose has not grabbed theirs yet, assuming they plan to. Uther still clearing up the bot lane. Obviously, not the most legendary wave clear in the world, to say the least. It's stalling out for the time being, but Sonya leaves the points. That will be Team Training Wheels getting the initial ticks of percentage. They do get their siege camp in the top, so they could turn this into a push advantage. They do have the Sylvanas, so they could push very aggressively. It is Merc Queen Sylvanas, so that cannot be ignored. And you cannot afford to just sit here right now if you are on the side of Team Training Wheels. They're going to need to send someone top. Although actually now turning it into the heal camp. Falstad does check it, but the heal camp in the hands of Goliath They will take that rotation to clean up the top lane Team Training Wheels. That's going to let Valeera rotate in and start flipping this the other direction. So, Sylvanas now. Gonna take turret camp, Deckard and Noob taking theirs. Stuart, you've gone under my desk too many times. Out. Cat keeps going under my desk because it's 3:30 and he didn't. Bothering. Anyway, big invade here. Larson, though, doing a really good job zoning this out into the Deckard route. Polymorph comes in onto Uther. If Uther dies, it may not be the worst thing. They allow a big turn. That said, the healing totem paying massive dividends on the side of Respect the Goose. They secure the Anub kill, and they might find Ouija here too. Respect the Goose now with a level lead. And this should turn into them getting significant more progress onto this objective. Ronan still with a turret in hand as well. Sonya getting pushed bot, and this deficit getting pretty big now for Team Training Wheels. Falstad is gonna die. That was a really good party bush there, and that's gonna secure 2 and the Triglov. This is potentially a massive start for Respect the Goose, who sadly cannot make playoffs, but they can win this game and hold their head high heading into the offseason. Go Valeera, hop into the Protector. Now already a 2-level lead. Indeed, Falstad did disappear there. With that. Top well goes down, front wall down. But they're going to back up. They don't want to take too much free damage here. Level 10s are here, though. Flesh Shield Leap, Wailing Arrow, Emerald Wind. Valeera has not picked hers yet. Getting some chunk damage onto that fort, but now backing up. Here comes Gigglesmack. Gigglesmack with 23 stacks of Hammerang. Translating into... do some caster math here. About 34 damage bonus. Not a lot. Oh, Bless Shield. They're going to get Ming. They get Ming. And now they will get this fort with Li Ming down. And that 2-level lead still standing. 6-0 kills. Things just really coming undone here, feels like, for Team Training Wheels. Just have not secured a kill yet and really having a hard time dealing with this aggression. Didn't see that coming because she was stealth. What? Fair point. That would explain that. Healing camp picked up by Respect the Goose. They're grabbing their own turret. They will have a lot of tools in hand. Uther continuing to work on this bot lane. Try to close this XP gap. They finally have 10s on the side of Team Training Wheel. As both teams taking their turrets. It is Divine Storm, Cocoon, Wave of Force, Stay a While and Listen, and Mighty Gust. Certainly a lot of disengage opportunities there with those ultimates. As well as maybe some engage choices. Goliath rotating on that lovely Goose mount. The pumped up Goose is such a good mount. Emerald Wind used to try to get Valeera out, but good flank there by Jason. That one securing the kill. First kill of the match for Team Training Wheels, who now are only down about a level and a half, which helps. I mean, very offensive Mighty Gust there. Cocoon onto the Brightwing, sleep onto Rhiannon. They do get Sylvanas down. Now looking for the Brightwing. Joe steps up with the Condemn, trying to buy her space. Oh, she does not get out. The last auto attack comes in to secure that kill. And that is 2 more kills. So quickly rattling off 3 kills here. The deficit is now only a level, and that shows how fast you can turn this game around. As the game gets later, the kills get more and more and more impactful to the XP. Early game kills simply do not contribute that much. They're going to go ahead and step up, grab this well, equalize a bit on the top lane. There is still a turret standing. They are going to turn their attention to that. There is some focus onto a noob. Joe looking in, decides not to all in for the Anubarak. Sonya potentially on the flank with leap available.
I'm getting
What is that? Cloak of Shadows, that is... Oh. I'm used to seeing Smoke Bomb from Valera. I am not familiar with that heroic. I don't really see a lot of Valera, though. Gank squad setting up. They see the Valera, but I think they just saw the Sylvanas too, so they are backing up from that. Joe goes in. They're looking for a noob. Here comes the leap. They might get Deckard. Mighty Gus comes in. Oh, but Deckard gets out. Huge, huge Divine Storm and Mighty Gus absolutely saved Deckard's life. And with the double heals, Deckard actually pretty healthy again already. Nobody has gotten onto the point yet, as I'm kind of surprised nobody got onto the point for Respect the Goose. They're trying to get Soak, I know, and I guess they're really playing for 16, I guess. I'm surprised nobody got onto the point to channel it. Maybe they were just planning to leave Valera there, but Valera contested by Li Ming and Uther, and she will get spot out. There is a good sleep flank. They're going to put the Cocoon. They're going to look at Sylvanas. They could turn their attention to Brightwing as well. Sonya, though, on the flank. Here comes Falstad looking for the opportunity for a Gus. Now gets around, turns the corner, tries to get the kill. There's Valera. They get the kill on the Brightwing, but at what cost? Falstad goes down, and Deckard is extremely low. Deckard doubles back through his own rubies and is completely healthy now. A noob manages to burrow charge out, and once again, the great escape there, both by Deckard and by Anubarak, and that is 3 kills. Talking about those massive escapes, 3 kills that Respect the Goose is going to wish they had. That said, they are much closer to 16 now. They're going to get a lot of channel progress here. And without... I'm actually surprised... I guess a noob had to back, but I really would have liked to have seen Team Training Wheels try to take a fight into 16. Or before 16, I should say. Now Joe on the point while the healing camp is going to get picked up. Turret, though, being invaded by Team Training Wheels. They will be able to get both turrets off the map. Valera in position, only at half health though. Gets the silence onto Ming, but now could get turned on. Blows the ult. Okay, it's just a short cooldown self-unstoppable. I like it. I didn't know what that ult did. Sonya leaps in, looking for the Deckard, but did not get the burst of damage I think they needed. And now the big Divine Storm is actually going to set this up. And so despite being down level 16, I think they're going to win this fight. They are. Rhiannon ease back in with about a hair of health. Not sure if they meant to take that. Either way, Sylvanas does drop, as does Brightwing and Joanna in rapid succession. And this has gone from a game where Respect the Goose looked like they were about to run away with it early, to now it just seems like this is a very even game, bordering on a just absolute turn of the corner by Team Training Wheels. They do get top fort. They equalize the map. They equalize the passive XP. Now have a chance really to take a big chunk with front walls on mid and bottom lane. You got to think they're going to really want to get down to bot lane, take that well out. Valera, meanwhile, cleaning up the top lane. Keeping an eye on this protector. Get it down. Vector now rotating down to the bottom. There we go. Ooh, Valera in a lot of trouble. Manages to slip through there. Emerald Wind disengaging. Does not affect the Triglav Protector, but the Triglav backing up all the same. The bottom fort is still standing. But looks like they're going to just walk away. Triglav only 2 seconds left. Let's see what they want to do with this. I think they're just trying to get soaked, get their own turret. See how aggressive Respect the Goose wants to be. Doesn't look like they want to be too aggressive. They still have the XP lead. So it might behoove them to just race 20s. Both teams get their turrets. Each camp available to be grabbed by Team Training Wheels on their side of the map. Although it could be invaded. Looks like Valera scouting that, maybe? No. Sonya rotating down. Heading up now to Medic Camp. Valera is down in the bottom. So recognizing that, seeing that, they're going to pull the trigger and take this on the side of Team Training Wheels. And with the double support and the healing camp, it's going to be very hard to get that burst kill that Respect the Goose really has been gunning for. As we saw in the last fight, when they don't get it, things can go pear-shaped very quickly. Ooh, they're going for the Anub. They have the silence. They have the follow, the Wailing Arrow as well. But Anub survives all of it thanks to that Mighty Gust. And now the re-engage potentially happening onto Brightwing. There's the Cocoon. Emerald Wind does get used. Can the root hit onto Sonya? It does. Are they going to be able to get this turnaround kill? Fleet comes in, Divine Storm, and down goes Sonya. So the great disengage followed up by the great re-engage secures a kill, and it just seems like that has become the story of this match. Now that Team Training Wheels has their 10 that's online, it just seems like Respect the Goose doesn't know how to get a kill anymore. And Deckard Cain, recognizing to the team he does have his Ancient Blessings available. That is his trait, which gives a lot of bonuses. Namely, it makes your auto attacks do splash damage once a second. That splash damage deals extra damage for each hero it hits, and it deals extra healing. It does self-sustain for each hero it hits. So it's a really, really strong talent. Actually, I don't think it increases the splash damage. I may be drawing a blank. But level 20 almost here for Respect the Goose. Level 20 still a bit of a ways away on the side of Team Training Wheels. But that said, very attainable before the next objective. They just need to soak it. They need to play patient. They are doing that. I love this discipline here from Team Training Wheels. On the other side, I think you want to force the encounter with that last shot you get, but we did not see Respect the Goose do that. A noob grabbing level 20 here. There it is. We got the... I always forget the name of it. Wind Tunnel. Ooh, there is some focus on to... Oh, the Divine Storm as well. And Valera gets rocked. Giggle Schmack is low. Giggle Schmack gonna go down. It's 1-for-1 at the moment, but Sonya really just had nowhere to go. And now the Cocoon gonna prevent the Emerald Wind. Deckard getting some rubies onto the back line. There's the stun. Emerald Wind comes out, but not in time to save Joe. And Uther getting the clutch self-heal to stay alive. And so that is a 3-for-1. Li Ming chasing out Brightwing there. Brightwing taking that level 20 upgrade to Emerald Wind. Going to be able to spam the talent as much as she has mana. And Brightwing can always Hearth and come back fairly quickly, so not really a bad choice. Gets disruption onto this counter engage. Costs them so many problems. Stay a while and listen, by the way, took that upgrade as well, so that is the silence. And I actually really like that, given the mobility that Lunara, Valera, Sylvanas have, given the Brightwing Emerald Wind, I think that silence is just going to pay massive dividends, even if it means giving up kind of the the bottomless flasks or kind of the 5-second rubies, it's still going to absolutely win them team fight. I think that makes it worth. Deckard currently channeling the points solo. Valera is going to do a bit of hunting, but Deckard just going to hop right into the Triglav. Valera can do some damage, but not really much. Valera going to try to be sneaky here. Ooh, she may pay the price for this. Has the unstoppable, has the... No, a noob finds it. Mongoose. Mongoose just doing a really good job not letting Valera get away there. Just really smart decisions about when to use cooldowns, and really good anticipation of where it was going to go. And it looks like they actually want to run this mid rather than the bot lane. Interesting. Maybe that they're playing for the Triglav not to be game-ending, but rather to be setting up an endgame option. That said, CC combo has been massive. Healing Totem does go down. Gigglesmack not in it. Does get the Triglav shield, though. Gigglesmack is extremely low HP, but does help get the kill onto Sylvanas, so now it is a 5v3. Valera coming out of the penalty box in 18 seconds, though, so you want to get on your horse, as you very, very much can end the game here. Although they don't have the best core burn. 35 seconds, they have a Triglav protector. They need to walk up and right-click the core with it. Instead, the engage coming in onto Brightwing. If the Triglav were there, Brightwing dies. I think they're being too passive right now on the side of Team Training Wheels. Did I say right now? I meant last night. But nonetheless, stands the same. They are going to go for the keep, so they are playing the long game. And they do get down 2 keeps, but I just think they could have ended the game there. Especially with the Sylvanas down, there's not a lot of damage to take out that Triglav outside of the Sonya, who can always be knocked away. They are going to make a play for this turret. Ooh, Valera gets spotted again. Unstoppable use. That time it works. Blessed Shield comes out as well. And that is big because that is the primary engage tool, really, that Joanna has, as well as great follow-up onto that leap combo to set up a big Wailing Arrow follow. Losing that is going to hurt. Now grabbing all the toys off the map is Team Training Wheels. Falstad back at base, getting some of that tasty mana. Nums. As get ready, the trivia question will come as soon as this game is over. If there's anyone on your team that you think can get into chat and maybe know the answer to this, I will give you a category. It is medicine. Medicine. Ooh, there's the big engage, and Deckard survives long enough to self-heal. Once again, just unable to finish these kills, and it may cost them. Emerald Wind gonna disengage us. No, but the Scroll of Stone Curse kills 2, and now Goliath goes down. Li Ming pops off, gets 2 more, and that is a 5-man team wipe. And that is the series. After a really dismal start to this game, Team Training Wheels, they are getting onto this objective. Now, I want to get the rules out. The rules are as follows for this trivia question. You are in chat. I will give you a head start. I will give you a 1-minute head start, and then I will post the channel in NGS General. But you do not get to spam guesses. You get... So, alright. Game's over. Congratulations, Team Training Wheels. Thought they played a really good second half of that game. Used their heroics extremely well. Let me finish with that. Thank you for letting me cast that. It was a fun game. Game 2 was weird as fuck. But that was fun. Alright. Here are the rules. I will ask the question here. 1 minute later, I will post it in NGS General. Wherever I get the first answer, they get to tell me what game I am replay casting. But you get 1 guess. If you guess wrong the first time, you do not get another guess. Instead, you just have to hope that maybe a teammate gets it right. So, here is your question. I'm going to get a timer because I'm going to give you 1 minute. Here is your question. In medical history, the first widely regarded or the widely regarded first autopsy, was on a victim, and the autopsy noted that of the nearly 24 stab wounds, only one was fatal. Who was the victim? In medical history, the first autopsy found that the victim, while receiving nearly 24 stab wounds, only one was fatal. Who was the victim? You have a minute before I post that in NGS General. I am actually on a delay, I should note. I don't know why I'm on a delay. There it is. Which one? That's not specific enough. I will let you elaborate. That will, if you're correct, I will let you elaborate. But if you're correct, you don't get to guess again. All right. So we have the answer. We have the answer. So I'm not going to type it in NGS chat. It was Julius Caesar. Was the first, widely regarded as the first autopsy. He was stabbed 23 times, only one of which was actually fatal. So with that, Broom Boy, what map would you like? What match would you like me to replay cast? Preferably one from the last week, by the way.